Welcome back, guys. My name is Sam. My partner name is Ferg. And today we're going to talk about spooky stories, all known as Free For All Friday.
Ooh, I'm gonna go. We're not here. We're ghosts. But yeah, dude. We're here talking about the spookiest of the stories. Some are real, some are fake. Me, I only tell truth. I only tell how it is 100% of the time. Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start it off, right?
Yep. Go ahead.
So okay. So first of all, full disclaimer: I am horrible at telling stories. I can't tell stories to save my freaking life, right?
I.
So
Yeah. It really does
yeah,
suck for him.
yeah. But so this started. If you guys don't know, I'm from the islands. You know, I'm not the Jamaican islands. I'm from the Haitian island, the Haiti. So I kind of grew up basically on a farm ish, mountain ish, in the middle of the woods ish. So basically, when I was growing up, there was no technology. Well, there was like radios and stuff and phones, but like no power. You couldn't charge your phone there. You'd have to go to the charging station. Blah 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 blah. And no lights. We had like lamps, oil lamps and stuff, right? So to get started in, so I'm gonna paint the scene, right? So my grandma's house is on top of a hill. You go down a very steep hill, and then there is like a little river that flows through, and across the river is just like more landscape and stuff like that. And between the house and like at between the bottom of the hill and the river is like forestry. So basically, one night I was working the farm as I normally do with my cousins, and the sheeps got loose. And for some reason, our last dog died. He had like bone cancer, so we didn't have like a sheep herding dog. So we had to like try to herd them ourselves, and that didn't work out. They escaped, and we had to go chase down pretty much all the freaking sheep. Me, my cousins, and pretty much my uncles too. So we had to go chase down the sheep. So we spent like a good 3 hours doing that. And mind you, it's in the middle of the forest. We don't have flashlights. There's no like electronic stuff. It's just like we don't even have lamps or can. It's literally just running through the woods, seeing something white and following it. Right. So
That's not creepy at
it's
all.
pretty right. It's just like, and the thing is, in the woods, it's just like you have things that could kill you there. It's not like American woods. It's like there's snakes. There's freaking bears. There's like you don't know what you'll run up on. There's ghosts. You know, Haiti is like the voodoo capital of the world, you know, so they might be doing seances in the middle of the wood. You might have like these freaking, groups of people like freaking doing rituals trying to summon Cthulhu through the goddamn trees and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So you don't know what you in for. So basically, my cousin, like my oldest cousin, is like a year or two older than me. He basically got the last sheep, and then we were just like, okay, cool, let's go to like the river and like just chill for a bit, let's just sit at the bank, get our feet wet and chill for a bit, because that was a lot of running we did. And we're just trying to like relax and then go back up and get ready for bed, like shower and stuff. So we go down to the bank of the river, and there's like a main little circular pond nearby. So we do that, and for some reason, I don't know why, like, we don't know, it was just hot, because it's always hot there no matter what time of day it is. We take our shirts off, right? And we're just kind of like, dipping our toes in the water. We didn't completely go in the water. And then suddenly, it starts getting like dark. It's like around like 8 o'clock darkness, right? So you could kind of see, but not really. And like I said, there's no like lights. So you kind of like screwed. You have to use like your eyes. Yes, use your eyes. But so basically, blah blah blah. We get ready to go, and then across the river, we see this figure. Right? I thought it was a joke. I thought it was my eyes playing tricks on me because it's late and it's nighttime. But like my cousin was like, "Hey, bro, you see that? Like, is it just me or?" The thing is, we have this neighbor that lives like right under us, not under us, but like right next to us. They have a house, and they have this weird lady who's always dressed in black, in a black cloak. She has her hair like done up like a goat. She never talks, ever. But she's always dressed in black, and she's like this super tall black lady. And we thought it was her, like coming from whatever, because she was dressed the exact same way. And then we looked closely, and we realized, damn, this bitch ain't got no legs, bro. Like literally, she's just floating. Like literally, I cannot make this up, bro. Like she's literally floating. And then we're just like, oh no, bro. It's probably our eyes. We're still doing like that, and then suddenly she comes closer to the bank. And this entire time she has like a hood over her head. She takes it off, and it looks like our fucking neighbor, bro. So we hauled ass, bro. Like my cousin, he dipped, bro. And I was like the youngest. So I was like, oh shoot, if I get caught, that's it for me, bro. So we basically just ran. And we had to climb up the mountain. So we're just grabbing trees to like help propel us up. And that literally was it. Like literally we never talked about it again since, because it's weird. Like I'm really bad at telling stories. I know it's not that creepy, but like it's creepy. Like it's a creepy experience. Imagine like literally going down to a river and seeing like a figure across, probably trying to like lure you so they could suck your soul or something, and not in a good way. But that's just story number one from me. Like, Sammy, rate my storytelling skills, bro.
I mean, that was not that bad. I mean, I've heard worse stories, not even explained properly.
The story's not bad. It's just me telling
but you
it.
did a good
I don't
job.
know how to tell it right.
You did a good job. Don't worry.
She loves to lie to me, guys. I hope you know that.
I don't lie.
Yeah. Wow, even that was a lie because you had to hesitate.
Okay, I like good scenarios, okay? But no, you did a good job on this.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, here's my story number one. This is actually
10 times better than me.
This one's actually true. So, I was around like 6 or 7 years old. My aunt was married to this guy, John. He was actually one of my favorite persons in the world. Unfortunately, John passed away. Kids don't do drugs because he overdosed. And so, my aunt was devastated. Everything, right? Everything was so sad. I went to the service because I didn't do like the whole funeral yet. Being 6 years old or 7 years old, you don't understand the concept of death yet, right? And so I was just like, okay, where's Sean? And they're like, oh, he's in a better place. I'm like, what's that? Where's that? Like, I miss him, right? And, we're at the funeral. The priest is talking. He's blessing the body. If you guys don't know, I am Catholic. So this is, part of the religion. They bless the body, make sure, like, the body can go to heaven, be safe, everything like that. And as he was blessing, John and all that, I saw John again. And he told me to tell my aunt that everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. She's going to find someone, right? Yeah. Just casual. I just saw John just right in front of me, right? So I went to my aunt and I told her exactly the same thing I just told you. And she looked at me. She starts crying. Again, 6 years old, 7 years old, no idea what's the concept of death, ghosts, or anything like that, right? And she said, what? What? Really? He said that like she was full on, can't say words. I'm not even making this up. Like I can't understand words she was saying. And I was like, yeah, John told me to tell you that everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay, Thea. Right? And I'm not gonna lie. 2 weeks later, she met my Uncle Mike. And, still to this day, everybody keeps on telling me that I saw John one last time. Like, they said that kids can see ghosts.
Yes, dude, I was going to say, kids are, like, more connected to the supernatural. Because, like, when I saw that, I was, like, 5 years old. And I didn't even know what, like, a ghost was. I've heard stories, like, oh, ooh, the boogeyman. but like I didn't know what an actual ghost was.
Yeah, and I was like, "There's no way," until like one of my uh, cousins, just say all families here, and even related or not, and his grandfather passed away, and he saw his grandfather. So it was just like, okay, I started to believe like kids can see the unnatural, the supernatural world for like one
Hmm.
last time.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's insane.
hmm
But you see, you're so better at telling. Like I don't know if it's your tone. Are you tired?
Well, right now I did woke up a little later than usual, so yes, I am a little bit tired. So maybe it's just my tone of voice because it's like spooky season. This is like for Halloween season.
Yeah, you do that. I get a little too excited when I'm telling the story, but I'm gonna bring it down like a couple. This is weird. I've never heard her like this, guys. I hope you know that. Like she's usually how I am right now. Like oh
We switch roles, guys,
my
just basically for this
god, right?
episode.
Ooh, it is October, so things aren't what it seems. Ooh, we switch brains. Sammy's actually in my head, and we did the Frankenstein switch.
Who knows?
But
Maybe I'm just really like trying to do like a campfire setting. So you're trying to scare stories to your friends, and you're like, there was once this ghost. Like I'm trying to probably do like more spooky season area than you.
yeah, I mean, I need to try. Like, I'm just bad at telling stories in general, let alone spooky. But my next story, right?
hmm
So this one's an actual true story. And it's not really a scary story. It's more like a holy crap, right?
Okay.
So you know how I'm gonna you know those YouTuber I'm gonna do the YouTuber scary story the guy voice. So you know how
Oh my god.
when but so Haiti is like the voodoo capital of the world, right?
Yeah, you mentioned it.
Yeah. So basically, I used to live in an apartment in like Port-au-Prince, the main city, in like a apartment-ish kind of thing. It was basically like a stone rock with rooms cut out in it with my mom. We had the farthest, if you're looking at it from a forward perspective, we had the farthest room to the right. So what would happen is we had a few neighbors that we knew that I mean like literally we're right next to each other. It's like a stone rock and you cut out little rooms like those motels. You see the motels with the door next to each other and stuff like that. It's essentially kind of like that. So everybody knew each other except for this one lady who was on the completely opposite side of the house from us. So but everybody knew her as in, hey, do not accept anything from her. If you guys ever go down to, hey, like, don't eat anything or drink anything from anyone unless you know them or unless they're with your party or something, right? It's a stranger danger rules. Even here, I wouldn't eat or trust anybody like that. So the thing is, we all know that do not accept any trinkets, any gifts, any food, anything. Like, don't. If she gives you something, do not take it. No matter what, just say no. And that was just the law with everybody around. And always respect her. Never say anything bad. Never act. Never look at. Don't look at. Just carry it around your way. Say hi occasionally, and then just move on your merry way. So basically, one night, I don't know, for some reason I broke out in a sweat, and I was like what 7. I broke out in a sweat, and I was having a dream about her son, which I've never met a day in my life. Her son's this dark boy, and for some reason, I guess I don't even know if we used to be friends, but for some reason he challenged me to like Agni Kai, right? On top of like some pyramid made of jagged rocks. Basically, his son was quite a bit older than me. I think he was like maybe around 14 and I was 7, so he was double my age. And for some reason, I kind of kicked his butt. And I'm not like just saying, like, this is actually real. Like in my dream, I had a dream where I literally kicked his butt and pushed him down the stairs. He had cuts all over him. And then the lady was there. She's like, my son, what did you do to him? My son, you're going to pay for this. And, you know, that was that. I woke up. I didn't think anything of it. I remember the dream, and I still remember it till this day. I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, huh, what a coincidence. I didn't even know she had a son. I never seen him a day in my life. I never talked to that lady a day in my life. So The next day, she comes out bright early as she normally does and sits outside her doorway. I've never seen her leave. I've never seen her eat or do anything. She just sits outside her doorway and just like, usually I'm in the halls with other kids playing soccer with a ball, like a beat up ball, and we're just kicking it around. So a couple days passed. She offers me something, right? And I know my mom said no. I know like everybody's like, don't take nothing, don't take nothing. She's like, oh, here is a little, like, it was like a cracker, right? Literally a literal cracker, a piece of cracker. So she's like, take this, take this. Like, oh no, I give it to all the kids, blah blah blah. Like, and in my head, I'm like, stranger danger, stranger danger. Don't do it, don't eat it, don't eat it, don't eat it. And I just took it. I didn't eat it. I didn't do anything with it. And then I guess later on, my mom's pretty much gone the whole day, and I'm like hungry as hell. And it's not like we have food in the house, because that's, when you live in a third world country, it's not how shit goes. You get food when you get food, and you don't have food lying around. So I'm just like, oh snap, I have this cracker thing in my pocket. I eat it, right? And I'm just like, I was hesitant at first, obviously, but I'm like, shit, I'm hungry, or else I'm gonna fucking die, right? I eat it, and I felt fine. Like, literally, I went the rest of the day, I was like completely fine. I didn't tell my mom about it at all. Like, I was like, okay, blah 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 blah. She came home like later that night, and I went off to bed, and I woke up literally in my sleep. I woke up like suffocating. Like, literally, I literally woke up suffocating because like there was water in my fucking throat. Like, literally, I was throwing up. I was asleep and I was throwing up. I was gonna drown in my own vomit. And it's not like regular vomit like here where you just, no, it's like water. It's like literally I was puking out my insides. Like, I kid you not, dude. Like, that was just like, I literally almost drowned in my own like vomit, which literally felt like it was a gallon of water. So basically my mom woke me up, caught it, took me outside, and I just kept going like for 3 minutes straight. And it was not like little vomit. It's like literally, you ever seen the cartoons where you just like, they open their mouth and like a fountain comes
Yeah,
out?
I seen that.
That literally, yeah, that literally, no joke, was me. Like, I did that for 3 minutes straight. There's no break, there's no anything. And I basically told my mom what happened, and she kind of beat my ass because that's a voodoo lady. And for some reason, I don't know why, she felt threatened or some shit because I had a dream about her son. I kicked his ass. And yeah, I got in trouble because you're not supposed to do that. And that was the one rule everybody in that complex thingy knew not to do. And I paid for it basically with my insides. After that, I pretty much felt fine. Obviously, my mom stayed home, look at me for like a day or two. But yeah, dude, like, if literally I didn't wake up, like, or if my mom left early, because she usually leaves early during the day, take care of stuff, I would have drowned in my own like throw up. Basically, I literally would have drowned myself because it was that bad, like a fountain. More of the story: don't take shit from people.
Only you, Herc.
Wow, what's watch your tone, not me.
Yeah, you. You're.
No,
Yeah.
it was an accident. Okay, I was like freaking
You
7,
gotta fight
dude.
off her son? Come on. You know better than that.
You know what? I bet you would have taken it too, Sammy.
Nah, I know better. I don't even accept food from people in Mexico.
Now, now you know better. Not when you were like 5.
Exactly. When I was 5, I didn't.
When you were 7, you didn't either. So it's not like I was like freaking 12 or 10 down there and I was like, oh, ha ha ha. No, I was like a little kid and I was hungry as shit, dude. So circumstantial. But yeah, dude, I almost died like at the age of 7, dude. I mean, I almost died a lot of times, really, in my life, if you look at it. But that's just one of the times.
Sometimes that's related to our spooky stories.
All right. You line your next one up.
Oh, God. Okay, so this one did not happen to me, but it happened to one of the counselors at my old high school.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys don't know, my school was founded in 1882. So it's pretty old.
Slavery times.
And so my counselor was we were just like all sitting down and we're just telling like stories, like spooky stories that happened to us. She was like, "Oh my, this just happened to me recently." We're like, What?" I'm like, "Gotta tell us, you gotta tell us." So she was like, "Okay, all right." So she was telling us, she's like, "Yeah, she was like, she was just moving into different offices. She was like in the third floor, and then she relocated to the fourth floor. So she was like moving office, right?" And she's with this construction worker, and helping her, carrying boxes and all that. He went away really quickly to go get something, and as soon as she was like moving boxes, she thought she saw him again. And she's like, hey, what are you doing over there? Like, he was at the end of the hallway. I'm not gonna lie to you. My school's hallways are pretty long. It looks like a weird ass like movie. Like, you walking on down the long hallway just feels longer and longer. When you're by yourself in that hallway, it feels like that. And so she's like, hey, what are you doing over there? I need your help over here carrying a box. And she said, and she heard a hope, okay, I'll help you, right? She went
Mm-hmm.
to get a box down from the floor, and the person disappeared out of thin air. And because the only reason why she said disappeared thin air because there's no doors opening, like she could have heard him running away or something like that, or walking towards her. No, just disappeared out of thin air. And so she started freaking out because she thought it was the construction worker. And then suddenly the construction worker came in from the opposite end. And he's like, hey, I'm here. I'm ready to help you. She was like, what? That's no. She was like, it was a ghost. I was talking to a ghost the whole entire time.
Dang.
What? Like, my school is haunted. And that was the first thing she told us. Like, it was like before freshman year started, right? And
Mm-hmm.
she was just telling us, I'm like, whoa, my school is haunted. That's freaking cool. I love that fact. Like, it's old, you expect a lot of things. And I do hear a lot of stories from a lot of people from like Academy. So really nice.
Dang. I don't know if that's nice because it might still be haunted.
I mean, no one's
Ooh.
ever been to the basement. So that's probably like the most haunted area in the school.
We should break in and go see the
I
basement.
mean, we do something for like the basement, like once a year for Halloween. It's a haunted basement, and like the
Mm-hmm.
student council does things with that. And
They should spend a night in the
oh my
basement.
god, that's what I want to do so badly. Like, that's the only place I know in
uh,
Tampa that has a basement, and I really want to go in there badly. Just explore, not just like the
hmm.
little section. No, like explore that freaking place.
That's good luck with that. You're like one of them white folks. Let's go, guys. Let's go towards the danger.
As long as
Like
the
the white
danger is
folks in
just
the
fine.
movies. As long as the
As
what?
long as the danger is fine, I don't mind adventure. It's all about the adventure. Her, come on, don't you want to do adventures?
I do, but like I want to do some adventures with some common sense now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like off myself.
Because this needs to off yourself. Just go have fun, do it. I know a bunch of people probably would do it.
Yeah, and then die in the process, bro. And then die in the process.
I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, we can just go to all these haunted places. We can go to Virginia and just go explore the haunted areas, or we can go to Massachusetts and go
Oh,
to with Salem. What's Salem,
Saint Augustine has some haunted
bro?
stuff.
I have some good stories about St. Augustine actually. So whenever you finish your story, we can go with mine.
Oh, I was gonna tell a Halloween joke, and then you could tell your story about Saint Augustine.
Go ahead.
Okay, so basically, I got this joke from my coworker. Dude's like pretty old, but he's cool. Um, so this kid, right? He goes trick. He's dressed as a pirate, right?
Hmm.
Like a captain of a pirate ship. Obviously, he's like still pretty young. He's like 7. He's pretty. He's a pretty good kid. He lost like he's losing his baby teeth, right? So he's missing like most majority of his baby teeth, and some of them are coming in, right?
Yeah.
So he goes to the first door, and he's a real cute kid. He's like beaker beat, because he can't say trick or treat because it is, teeth, and he's teething, and not teething, but like his baby teeth are. It's like, so he pulls up to the house and he's like, bigger beat. He goes to the next house. He's like, bigger beat, and then everybody's like, oh, it's so cute, little kid, blah 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 blah. He goes to the third house, and it's like, bigger beat, and then there's this old guy that comes out. He's like, oh, you're such a cute little pirate, man. Like, where's your buccaneers? Like, you're a pirate, but I don't see your crew. Where's your buccaneers? And then he's like, use your bucking eyes. It's on my bucking head.
Oh my god. That's your fucking eye. Oh my god. I like that.
But yeah. Okay. That was a joke. Lame, I know.
Lame. Nah, no, it's not. Man, that's funny.
Yeah.
So, this story from St. Augustine I got from my favorite YouTubers, BuzzFeed Unsolved Supernatural Edition. Literally, I love this story so much because I tell it to my like family and like realize me, like, gotta tell us about dead people. I'm like, yes, I gotta. It's like my natural habit to talk about dead people. So, they're saying because obviously St. Augustine is one of the oldest cities in Florida.
Yes.
And so when they first got to St. Augustine, there was obviously they had slaves and, you know, the white people's looking over the slaves, right? So apparently there's this slave, little black girl, right? She was like one of the slaves' little kids, right?
Yeah.
And one of the white people's daughters, she was just, they're both playing around, being kids, right?
Yeah.
They're playing around like inside of a mine cart. Just how smart kids are, right?
Mm-hmm.
No one knew that they're playing around in the mine cart. And someone accidentally pushed it. And when they pushed it, it just moved. And it goes rapidly fast. And all of a sudden, everybody heard screamings of the little girls. And the minecart went the cliff and drowned the two little girls. Now, when you go to St. Augustine, there is myths about hearing two little girls giggling. And they said those are the spirits of the two little girls that drowned in the minecart in the ocean. And they also said that the parents of both of the little girl and the black girl, the white girl and the black girl, tried to find them. And I believe one of them drowned and died as well, trying to look for them.
Dang.
Yeah. And so, like, St. Augustine is so spooky. I love going there. I would love to go there again and just want to be there and be like in the presence of all those spirits and be like, kill me. I want to join you.
Dude, what the heck? You're like a freaking horror. You're like a horror junkie.
Honestly, I just...
So do you like...
I don't... So here's my thing. I do not like watching scary movies. For some random reason, I just can't watch it. Like, I get nightmares, right?
Yeah.
But I can watch a true crime documentary and I can sleep like a baby. Like, it could be true. Like, I can be watching about Ted Bundy and it's, you know, all his life story. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. And fall asleep like a baby.
That's because you girls are built different. I don't know why. Like, now it gets a way for females to watch murder mysteries. So, but they can't watch a horror movie. I still don't understand it. Like, one is actually real and likely to happen. The other one's fictitious and stupid, but you guys would rather the real one and you'll be okay with
it. So, like,
that.
Michael Myers can just come alive or kill me or it. And, like, I can't fall asleep to those movies, but, like, oh, look at that. That person got away with murder. Okay, let me just leave. He's never been caught. Oh, man, that sounds wonderful. Let me just sleep here.
He could be outside my window right now. He's actually from my town, so... But I'll be fine. I could just sleep like a baby.
I actually do. Really weird.
Crazy, dude. You females are on another level.
Now they are.
Hey, as long as you guys don't become the serial killers with all the content you're consuming, I'm okay with it.
I mean, to be honest, we do females have one idol at the moment. You'll know Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin killed her husband. Right. I need to stop. But yeah,
She
no,
killed her
I
husband
don't
and
even
got
know.
away with it. Like, I think that's every
Fed him to the
person's
tigers.
like dream to get away with murder
I
at
don't
some
know.
point. Sorry, every female's
I don't.
probably dream is to like find a ways to get away with murder.
Wasn't there a show about that? How to get
Tiger.
away with
Oh
murder?
yeah, but like spread false information.
You're false information.
Come on, everybody knows you have to study all serial killers and how they got caught, and then just do it perfectly.
I mean, now we have like DNA stuff. I guess back then it was a lot
Yeah,
easier. Because now
there's jokes saying that someone, literally murder wasn't a law until someone didn't do it properly, and like attempted murder, like they didn't kill a person properly, like it could have not been a law if someone just did a perfect job of doing it.
Exactly. If they attempted and succeeded, then it would all be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. You can't rely on stupid people from back in the day.
Yeah, but still, you can get away with murder now. But like the person right now, Brian Laundrie, he did a horrible job. Like, come on.
Dude, where is he? Like, I find it so hard that they can't find him.
The thing is, he's a bald white dude with a beard. You can change all of that by putting a wig on and shaving the beard.
But here's the thing, though.
360
we have so much technology. We have satellite technology.
Yes.
You could literally find anything.
Oh, they're saying that he's in his parents' house. They have like a secret bunker, and he's living in his parents' house.
They have a warrant, so why not just demolition derby that crap?
Because I don't know.
The government has the power to. They could repossess his property at any time.
They could, but that's kind of like a little illegal still.
The government. It's not illegal for the government. The government, everything's legal for them, bro. They don't give a crap. But like wild. I find it so hard that they cannot find him. I think they just don't want to find him.
Yeah, and
I really think.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is. But at the same time, like, I bet you they found people who do worse things than he did. Like, he obviously killed his, but they found people that are like doing drug deals and stuff like that. And a lot of the time it's nonviolent. It's so much easier to find them despite them actually trying to go on the run. You know what I mean? So how does that work?
Yeah. I don't know.
So it's just like, how? Come on, dude. It's not. In the I'm just gonna drop that off there. Like, literally, I'm just gonna drop that off. But I guess it's gonna be my last story, right?
Yeah, and I'll do my last one.
Okay, so basically, this was from my coworker. We actually were talking about this a while back. So basically, he was rooming with two other guys. It was like his friends. They recently bought like a new place. They were like renting it out. It was just the three of them, and it had an upstairs room. So basically, the way it was set up is he had one room it was like a long hallway. His room was on the left side. If you kept going a little further, his friend's room were straight up on the right side. And then if you went the opposite direction, his last friend's room was downstairs. So basically, what happened was he pretty much like woke up hearing voices. So basically he went to sleep one night. They were hanging around, they were eating, they drank, and then he went to sleep, and then he heard voices through the vents. Like, because there's an air vent that blows AC through him. Not through him, Jesus. There's like an air vent that blows AC at him, and he just heard whispering, like, but it wasn't just like whispering to him, it was like a conversation. Somebody was having a conversation with themselves. So he goes up, he gets a chair, he's like, what the heck? So first of all, he wakes up and he's just like, I'm dreaming still, or maybe that's my phone, or maybe I left the TV on or something. So he goes back to sleep, and then he hears like arguing, like yelling, but it's the same person talking to themselves. It's like, okay, what the heck's going on? So he wakes up at that point, and he's like, what's going on? So he opens his door outside. He probably thinks it's his friend or something sleep talking. So he goes, checks on his friend. He opens the door and he's like, oh snap, he's actually asleep. And he stays there for a bit just to see if he's talking in his sleep. Turns out he's not. So he goes downstairs, but he's just like, wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. I'm hearing it from above. So how, like in the vents, so how would my friend downstairs be talking above in the vents? You know what I'm saying? So he's like, okay, whatever. So he gets a chair and he brings it to the vents, stands up like on the chair and like puts his eyes like through the shutters of the vents and tries to see if he can make out anything. I don't know why he just did that. And then he puts his ear against it and then somebody just yells like, "What are you doing? Like this wasn't supposed to happen." And literally he falls off the chair. Like literally he literally just straight up falls off the chair and he starts panicking. So he's just like, "Oh crap, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do?" And literally he just left the room. He went to the living room downstairs and he was just like, shoot, 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 shoot. But he and after that he still kept hearing the voices through the vents. So he woke up his roommates and he was like, "Hey, you guys hear something? You guys hear something?" And when they woke up, the voices quieted. And like he never heard anything since. And then the next night, he woke up to the same thing. And he did this, like he literally woke up to the same thing for 4 nights. And at that point, he really couldn't sleep. And he told his friends about it. He's like, "Oh, blah, 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 blah. Just stay up, stay up, stay up so we could hear this." It never happened. And eventually, like, it got so bad to where he just kind of left. He just moved out because he couldn't get any sleep. It was literally like people arguing in the vents and having conversations to where he was just paranoid because it wasn't his friends because they were like with him. Like, one night, nothing happened. They fell asleep and it started happening. So he said that was his only like actual supernatural thing that happened to him, and after that he's like, yikes, you know. But that's pretty much the story.
All right, so that's actually kind of a little creepy, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I hope your coworker has like salt and cold water within at all times.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a actual short scary story I remember reading when I was like
Mm-hmm.
in middle school. Like my English teacher decided like, hey, since it's like Halloween, let's just read all these scary stories. I'm like, I'm down for that. Everybody was. So this short story was actually um, so good that Disney Channel had to make a movie about it. If you remember the
Dang.
Disney Channel movie Smart House.
No.
What? Okay.
I'm uncultured. I'm sorry. We didn't watch that one.
No, like it's not scary. It's just like, it's just something like it's Disney Channel. It's like 1999, right?
Nah. Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
So it's based off like a short story, and
Mm-hmm.
it's called The Veld by Ray Bradbury.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, these it was just a family, mom, dad, and two kids. And mom and dad won this house. This house is very superlistic. Like technology is helping them, like making their lives better. And they live in the house, and there's just one room where everything looks so real and it feels so real.
Yeah.
And they never went to that room. The kids really want to go, but like, no, kids, you're not allowed in this room. They're like, okay, okay. But the kids were so curious. And so, they love their house, the technology. They experience the technology. It's so nice and perfect for it. Um, let's just say the kids went inside that room because their curiosity got to them.
Mm-hmm.
And the room was so nice for them. They were in a Safari desert. It was wonderful. Like they experienced all of it. And they're like, oh, let's get mom and dad here. So they bring their parents, and on top you see vultures circling around the parents. You'd be like, oh, this feels really cool. Why we never went to this room before? It looks so nice and neat. It looks real. And like you can see the shadows of the vultures. Oh, they actually look so far away. Wow, they look so nice. And the kids left their parents in the room because the parents wants to sell a house because they don't want to deal with the technology anymore.
Yeah.
And so they was just trying to trick them. They closed the door and locked the door. But the parents didn't know there was a lion's den nearby.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, look at that. The lions saw them. Slowly creep up on them like they normally do when they see a prey, vulnerable prey,
Mm-hmm.
and kill the parent.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. And vultures are starting picking at the parents' dead bodies. And the kids were
Damn.
happy because they can live in that house forever. Because there's no parents to tell
Wow.
them, we had to leave. I don't want to live in a house of technology anymore. They do. They want it.
That's creepy. Hey, how are they gonna pay the mortgage though?
It was a free house.
Who's gonna free?
Yeah.
It must not be in America. Yeah, it must be some other random country, bro. Because there's no way free house technology.
I remember reading that and I was like, what the fuck is going on? They killed the parents? What?
Yeah, dude, that is crazy, bro. There's
Because
sick, twisted.
you didn't want the parents that want to live in a house of technology? Like, dang, bro. I don't wanna get you the
Hey,
wrong way.
that message, that's a strong message though.
Like,
Like today's people in society are willing to kill their parents over technology,
probably is true.
social
So
media, and all that stuff. So I guess the message lasted. The message was like pretty decent. So yeah. Well, obviously, I think we had a really good episode. Like, we had some pretty good stories. Obviously, Sammy outshined me because I can't tell stories for crap.
yours are more true
she's-
and felt like more realistic than mine.
I mean, it's yours were pretty good, and yours were actually really good because I felt the heebie-jeebies. I haven't said that word in forever. Heebie-jeebies.
I don't think anybody has.
I don't know about that. It was a very popular word back in the day. But nah, it was actually pretty good. It was lit. I actually like this. We should have more story times. We should have like life story like every so often.
When is the
But
seasons?
huh?
When is the seasons? Halloween. We gotta do for spooky stories and Halloween. Probably find some Thanksgiving stories or Christmas
Oh
stories.
yeah, like some funny family, like at the table stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's a plan. You know what? We got to do at least one story time per season.
Sounds good.
Yep. But with that being said, guys, you know what to do. If you haven't already, please follow us on Spotify. If you're on YouTube, link down in the description. Make sure you comment what you want to see next. Like the video, subscribe, and hit up our social medias. Geeky_planet or Geeky Planet or Planet Geeky or Planet_Geeky on everything. Link in the description as usual. And with that being said, Sammy, you have anything to say?
Have a good rest of your day, y'all.
Adios.